There is a dress hanging in your closet right now. You bought it because something about it spoke to you. The color, the cut, the way it made you feel when you first tried it on. But it has been hanging there unworn because of one thing: your arms. I want you to hear me clearly today. That dress was made for you. And by the time this video is done, you're going to know exactly how to wear it. Not cover it up. Not compromise. Wear it. Fully. Unapologetically. The way it was always meant to be worn. Because here is what nobody tells Black women over 50. We are not in decline. We are in our most refined era. And it is time our wardrobes reflected that truth. Let us get into it. The first thing I want to address is the story we have been told about sleeveless dresses and mature arms. Someone somewhere decided that after a certain age, arms should be hidden, covered, apologized for, and that idea spread like it was fact. It is not fact. It is fear dressed up as fashion advice. And Forever Refined does not operate in fear. The discomfort most of us feel in a sleeveless dress has very little to do with our arms themselves. It has everything to do with the cut of the dress, the strap width, the neckline shape. These are design elements. And design elements can be worked with, styled around, and chosen intentionally. Once you understand that, everything changes. So today I am giving you 5 refined styling tricks for wearing sleeveless dresses beautifully after 50. These are not hacks. They are not quick fixes. They are intelligent, elegant styling strategies rooted in visual proportion, personal confidence, and the kind of effortless sophistication that defines the forever refined woman. Trick 1. The featherweight layer. This is where we begin because this trick alone can transform the way you approach your entire wardrobe. The concept is simple. You add a layer, but not just any layer. A featherweight, sheer, intentional layer that reads as style, not coverage. Think embroidered organza. Think chiffon with a delicate print. Think a gossamer silk kimono in a rich jewel tone that complements your melanin-rich skin. Deep plums. Warm terracottas. Rich emerald greens. These colors do not wash you out. They elevate you. Here is the key distinction that makes this work. When your layer is intentional, it does not look like you are hiding anything. It looks like you curated your outfit. There is a difference between dressing to disappear and dressing to be seen. One says, I am uncertain. The other says, every piece I am wearing was chosen. That contrast between smooth skin and textured fabric reads as sophistication. It tells the room you understand style at a level most women never reach. That is the featherweight layer. Sheer. Intentional. Elevated. Trick 2. The airy wrap. A wrap is one of the most underused styling tools for Black women over 50, and I genuinely do not understand why. A beautifully draped wrap adds movement, dimension, and visual interest to any sleeveless look. And when it is done right, it is the opposite of conservative. It is dramatic. It is graceful. It is the kind of thing people notice and ask about. Choose fabrics that move with you. Silk, chiffon, lightweight linen blends. A wrap that flows as you walk creates a visual elegance that draws attention to your whole presence, not any single part of your body. That is exactly what we want. And if you have been sleeping on rich, saturated colors, this is your reminder. Black women with melanin-rich skin are made for bold color. A cobalt wrap over a simple black sleeveless dress is not too much. It is precisely enough. It is refined maximalism. And it is completely, unapologetically yours. Trick 3. The power strap and the strategic neckline. This is where we get into the architecture of the dress itself, and this knowledge will change how you shop forever. Let us start with the strap. Many sleeveless dresses, especially the ones trending right now, feature very thin spaghetti straps. On a hanger, they look effortless. On a mature body, they create a visual problem. A thin strap next to a fuller shoulder or upper arm creates contrast that actually makes the arm appear wider. It is basic visual proportion. The strap looks strained, and that creates visual tension instead of visual ease. The solution is what I call the power strap. When you are shopping, look for straps that are at least 3 fingers wide. A wider strap anchors the shoulder. It creates a clean vertical line. It covers the exact area where the shoulder meets the upper arm, which is often where we feel most exposed. And it shifts the proportions of the entire upper body in your favor. The eye is drawn upward toward your face and your neckline, not outward toward your arm. There is also a very practical benefit. A wider strap means you can wear a real bra without managing an uncomfortable strap situation all evening. Now let us talk about necklines, because this is where women over 50 are leaving so much elegance on the table. If you are self-conscious about your arms, avoid square necklines and straight horizontal cuts across the chest. Those horizontal lines direct the eye outward. They widen the visual field and lead the gaze directly toward the broadest part of the arm. That is the opposite of what we want. Instead, reach for a deep V neckline,
A scoop with some depth.
or an asymmetrical neckline that creates a diagonal pull. Diagonal lines move the eye inward and downward toward the center of the body.
Toward the collarbone. The chest.
A beautiful piece of jewelry. When the eye is pulled to your neckline, your arms are simply not the main event anymore. One final detail. Pay attention to the armhole cut. As our skin softens with age, a high, tight armhole pinches and creates a bulge that was not there before. Look for a dropped armhole, or even a racerback style. It sounds counterintuitive because you are showing more of the shoulder blade. But what it actually does is elongate the arm, create more breathing room, and give the whole upper body a leaner, more elegant line. This is the kind of knowledge that makes shopping easier and getting dressed faster, because you know exactly what to look for. Trick 4. The cool girl button down. This is my personal favorite, and it is the trick that tends to surprise women the most. We think of a button-down shirt as workwear. Practical. Structured.
Corporate.
But when you pair a button-down with a sleeveless dress and wear it the right way, it becomes one of the most effortlessly stylish moves in modern fashion for women over 50. Here is the technique. Slip the shirt on over your dress, completely unbuttoned. Take the two front tails and tie them in a soft, loose knot at your natural waist. This creates a defined silhouette. It gives you a clean V shape through the body and draws the eye to your waistline rather than your arms. The shirt now frames the dress instead of covering it. Then roll the sleeves. Not halfway, not to the elbow. Roll them to the 3/4 point, just below the elbow and above the wrist. For most women over 50, the wrist and the forearm are the most elegant, most slender parts of the arm. Showing the wrist and covering the upper arm is one of the most flattering sleeve lengths in existence. It creates a natural visual slim without any illusion tricks at all. Just strategic exposure. For a daytime look, a crisp white linen shirt is undefeated. The structure of linen keeps the fabric away from the body so it does not cling, and the white lifts your complexion and brightens the whole outfit. For an evening event, try an oversized sheer silk shirt or an organza duster in the same color family as your dress. That creates a halo effect. A soft, luminous layer that reads as evening wear rather than a cover-up. And here is the finishing detail that ties the whole look together. Pop the collar. A popped collar frames the face. It adds height. It introduces just enough edge to make an outfit feel modern rather than safe. When you walk into a room with a popped collar, a tied waist, and those 3/4 sleeves, no one is thinking about your arms. They are thinking about your presence. Trick 5. The art of misdirection. This is the trick that requires no extra clothing.
No layers.
No accessories beyond what you already own. This is about understanding how attention actually works and using it in your favor. In magic, a skilled performer makes you look at one hand so you never notice what the other hand is doing. In fashion, the same principle applies. If you create a focal point so compelling, so visually rich that it immediately captures the eye, everything else becomes background. The arms do not disappear. They simply stop being the thing people see first. So, how do you create that focal point? Start with your skin. One of the most common concerns I hear from women is not about the shape of the arm, but about the dullness of the skin. And this is where Black women have a profound advantage that we are not always reminded of. Melanin-rich skin is extraordinary, but it still needs hydration to look its most radiant. As we age, the skin on our arms can lose its glow and look flat. The solution is body oil with a very fine shimmer. Not glitter, not a heavy metallic. A sophisticated, subtle sheen that catches the light when you move. Apply it to the high points of your shoulder and your collarbone. When light touches those areas, the skin looks lifted, healthy, and intentional. It shifts the entire perception of the arm. Instead of something to be hidden, it becomes part of a polished, luminous look. This is especially powerful for Black women because melanin-rich skin responds to light in a way that lighter skin simply cannot. When you oil your shoulders before putting on a sleeveless dress, you are not covering anything up. You are illuminating yourself. Now for the focal point itself. If you want eyes on your face, your neckline, your smile, and not on your arms, this is the moment for your most dramatic accessories. The oversized statement necklace. The architectural drop earrings. A bold silk scarf tied high and loose around the neck. A wide-brimmed hat if you are heading outdoors. Visual weight draws the eye. Whatever you place near your face becomes the first thing people see. And when someone is admiring your earrings, commenting on your necklace, noticing the way the color of your scarf makes your eyes look alive, your arms are not the conversation. You are. The arms become the elegant frame. You are the masterpiece inside it. 5 tricks. 5 ways to reclaim the dress you love. Whether you choose the featherweight layer, the airy wrap, the power strap, the cool girl button-down, or the art of misdirection, the common thread through all of them is this. You are not hiding. You are curating. And there is a difference that goes far beyond fashion. Hiding is a surrender. Curating is a skill. And every woman watching Forever Refined right now is more than capable of that skill. Your arms have carried children. They have held people you love. They have worked, created, reached, and embraced for decades. They are not a problem to be solved. They are a chapter of a story that is still being written. And right now, that story calls for a sleeveless dress and the confidence to wear it fully. So, I want you to do something this week. Go to your closet. Find the dress you have been saving for the right moment.
Put it on.
Try one of these 5 tricks. Then go somewhere that deserves your presence. Because you are not too old. You are not too visible. You are not too much. You are exactly enough. And then some. If this video gave you something real today, let me know in the comments which of these 5 tricks you are trying first. I read every single one. And if you are not yet part of the Forever Refined family, this is your moment.
Subscribe.
Because we're just getting started, and you do not want to miss what is coming next.